Today on Art Matters with Mr. Morris, the Self-Portrait Assessment.
Art Matters with Mr. Morris. Yeah.
Alright, today's assignment, it's called the Self-Portrait Assessment. And it's what it sounds like. It's a self-portrait you're going to draw today. And it's being used as an assessment. Now, before you panic, there is no wrong way to do this. There is no right way to do this. You just do this. This is for you to show me what studio skills you currently have and what areas that I can then go forward with and help you to grow more as an artist. It is graded, but it's graded based on participation. I need you to try. I need you to set aside at least 20 minutes. It can be longer if you want, but 20 minutes and just fill in the most of your self-portrait that you can do. All right, class, self-portrait assessment time. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my page. I'm going to half it. So I'm just going to look, this is about 11 inches. So I'm going to go to about 5.5 inches. And about 5.5 inches. This doesn't have to be exact. That right there, that's the size that you want to have. Half a sheet will be the size that you want for your self-portrait. If you want to have this be centered on the page, that's fine. If you want to have it be on this side of the page, that's fine. But I want you to make sure that it's about a 6 by 9 inch area that you're doing your portrait on. I know you're not in the classroom with me, so I can't really prevent you from erasing, but if I'm going to assess you the right way, then I need you to help me by not erasing. Will I always be able to tell if you erased or not? No, I won't. So I can't really keep you from doing it other than telling you that it's going to help me more as your teacher to see your drawing if you have not erased than it will if you go through and you erase your mistakes. Our mistakes in art, they're how we learn. And those mistakes are important. So make sure that you're working from reality. In other words, I love to see the anime characters and cartoon characters. I love to see the stylized faces that a lot of you have done in class. However, for this project, I want you to work in realism. I want you to actually look at your face. You can use any tool that you think will help you to do this picture. The only thing that you can't use is an eraser or the help of anyone else. Brother, sister, aunt, uncle, mom, dad, grandpa, grandma. Don't ask for help from anyone. This one is up to you. You have 20 minutes. I want you to sit down and really try to fill out that self-portrait or a portrait of yourself. In theory, if you're watching this part of the video, it's because you already sat down and you did your self-portrait. I sure hope that you've already done your self-portrait, because if you haven't, then you're about to hear some spoilers. So please, if you haven't done it yet, press pause, go do your self-portrait, then come back, watch the rest of this video. Okay, hopefully you did that. When you did your self-portrait, I hope that you stopped for a second and realized, I need a mirror for this, or I need at least a photograph of myself. If you didn't, it's okay. You see, we have this part of our brain, it's the prefrontal cortex, and it dictates logic and reason. It's an amazing part of our brain, and it develops from when we're about 5 years old, well, really about 3 years old, on up. The problem with it, though, is sometimes it gets in the way of us making art and trying new things. It is the part of our brain that fears failure. It's the part of our brain that tells us we're a bad artist, or this drawing didn't turn out good. It's the part that as an artist, as a growing artist like yourself, you're going to have to start working past. What helps is knowing how that process works. So let's talk about your drawing really quick. If you drew your head super small on that big sheet of paper, super small, that's your frontal cortex. It kicked in and it said, oh, I'm going to draw this head small because then you can't see the mistakes. What it really does, though, is it limits the space that you can work in, and you make mistakes. When you draw, you want to make sure that you're drawing large. Another thing to look out for, your prefrontal cortex, it stresses you out Because some of you have not had a lot of experience doing self-portraits, you're getting stressed doing this. And as you get stressed, a couple things happen. Your muscles tense up and your body actually scrunches down and you start drawing closer and closer to the page. That's normal. But again, it's your prefrontal cortex. So it's something you got to watch out for. When you're doing art, you want to have your back up straight. Sometimes even just standing up. But you want to make sure that you're looking at what you're doing, but you're not curling up into the work. Another thing that definitely happened for everyone that's watching this video is your lines on your drawing got much darker than they needed to be. Again, our prefrontal cortex doesn't want to be wrong, and it gets kind of scared at the notion of this big white paper. And so what it starts to do is it starts to put in our lines very dark, because if they're dark, then we're sure of it. The problem is that that's how we make a mistake sometimes, and we can't do anything about it because now it's this big dark line. By the way, mistakes, not a thing in art. You didn't use an eraser today, hopefully, but the reason why you weren't using an eraser is because one of the things that you're going to learn as you do more and more art is that the mistakes help our art to grow. They don't take away from our art. Yeah, once in a while you'll really mess up a piece of artwork, but for the most part, if you take any piece of artwork that you've been working on and you just keep on working on it, don't worry about that end result. Treat it like a math problem. When you're doing a math problem, you're not worried about what the answer is going to be. You're worried about the process to get to the answer. Drawing, art, kind of the same deal. We're worried about how to get from point A to point B. We're worried about that journey. We're not worried about what that result is going to be. If you are worrying about the result, if you are thinking this is going to turn out like crap, stop. Be kind to yourself. Art takes practice. To be a great artist does not take creativity. It doesn't take talent. Talent is simply practice. Creativity is something that you have, whether you realize it or not. What being an artist takes is it takes dedication and it takes practice. It takes patience. That's what it takes to be an artist. You, my friend, you're already an artist. You may not realize it, you may not feel that way, but you are. Because being an artist is something that's intrinsic to being a human. It's part of what makes us human. I'm not just talking about the visual arts, I'm talking about all the arts. Maybe you like writing, maybe you like dancing, maybe you like singing, maybe you play an instrument, maybe you make art, visual art. But all those things are forms of expression, and expression is a very human thing. You are an artist. I am proud of you. I am proud of who you are. Remember, being an artist, being a human, is about forgiving ourselves and giving ourselves the freedom to make mistakes. Give yourself that freedom. I am sure that no matter how you feel that drawing turned out, it's a good, strong start to a lot of future drawings that you're going to be doing. Until next time, I'm Mr. Morris. Keep on, keep it on, be kind to yourself, and keep on making art. Have a great day.